What's the deal, YouTube? It's the thirstiest, and when I tapping with y'all, ain't no capping with y'all. Man, we back at the no jumper, man. Travis Ford and them came up there. They said they was tripping. We gonna see what's up with it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yesterday, let me just line this up for everybody out there. So, yesterday was not a no jumper day. Well, the news was going on, so it wasn't no jumper day of sorts. But we really didn't have that many people around. It was just a chill little cast who was doing the news, whatever. And so, meanwhile, Plug Talk was the theme of the day. We had two different girls we were supposed to shoot with, so we had a skeleton crew in the building. Basically, very few people here, and definitely a horn going off outside. Hopefully they got that under control. Either way, so at a certain point, when I come in, 20 minutes later, people start telling me, like, yo, there's 30, 40 people outside. I'm like, 30, 40. Everybody who knows No Jumper, when you are scheduled to have an interview, you get a sheet, a one sheet or email or a text message, whatever it is, that tells you how you're supposed to pull up. And one of the main things is please don't pull up with more than 3 people. This is a small operation, and when people pull up with 10, 20 people, whatever, which obviously has happened in the past, people try to do that, or, there's even been times where we allowed it, but that becomes a real liability for us because we are not staffed to necessarily be able to handle having that many people in the building at the same time, right? And so I don't even go outside because I don't even want to add fuel to this situation or whatever. And at first we're super confused. Pretty quickly we figure it out. Lush, without telling us, had basically told Travis Ford to come through with quote unquote the whole hood. I believe it was specified. Like when we later saw the text messages, we realized, okay, Lush had basically extended this invite, not told anybody in the office, and he tried to come on the news. He tried to make it seem like a smaller thing than it was. He tried to notably blame it on Remo, which really stood out to me because he also basically tried to do that when we had the Lush moment. He also kind of tried to blame that on Remo at a certain point. Either way, Remo didn't have anything to do with it. We saw all the text messages. So there's all these dudes outside. They're asked to leave multiple times. Lush is going in and out, and Lush is telling us one thing, and then when we're seeing the video footage of it, we're realizing that Lush is basically feeding a different version of events to these dudes that he thinks is making it less likely that he would get his ass kicked by them, because it seemed like at a certain point that might have been something that they were kind of interested in. Either way, as time goes by, Lush basically honestly, Lush is calling in the favor from Whack. He's got Whack on the phone. Whack's telling him to leave, etc. It was just a total mess. And meanwhile, I'm just trying to get my pipe on the podcast. And at a certain point, they ended up leaving. But my rage towards Lush for putting us in this situation remained consistent, because this is just, let's be real. Anybody who saw him on the Tuesday show could probably tell that he is on a seek one, in the words of various Rasa members out there. He was not in a level-headed state of mind. My read on it is that his girl went out of town, and I think after the incident in which he puked on the ground in the building, that his girl had basically been on his ass to tell him, hey, I don't want you drinking as much or doing drugs or whatever it was. And I think Lush saw that she went out of town and decided to go back to his old ways. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that consists of. Definitely there was a lot of alcohol going around because he was slamming buzz balls around me and stuff. But basically, I feel like one way or another, Lush just is on a bad one, and is very disappointing because I felt like he had kind of gotten his stuff together for a while to a certain extent. Now, I don't know that he was completely sober or anything like that, but he was behaving in a more rational manner for the last few months or whatever. It seemed like he was in a better state of mind. But I feel like through his sort of JCat arc that he's going on right now, and who knows how long this is going to last or when this is going to be over, but he basically ended up promising a bunch of stuff. We all know that Lush's main character flaw is that he's a glazer, that he has a really hard time saying anything bad to people. He has a hard time getting into an argument or a disagreement with somebody. If there's something that someone suggests, even with this Travis Ford situation, I think that a more rational person would have said oh, okay, let me hit the team up, let me see if I can do the interview with you, etc. Instead,
Damn. Nigga, I know if some shots start going off in no jumper, man, Adam using Lush as a shield. It's crazy. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like Lush is being used as a scapegoat, man. Like Lush, he might be a junkie, whatever, be loaded. Adam said he on a sick one, calling him a junkie. But Lush ain't stupid though. That's one thing. Lush ain't dumb. But Lush is a yes man, and he knows that if everybody's saying it about him, he better just go along. He want to keep that job. I think Adam would lie because he don't want to appear like he got pressed for some reason. You feel me? He want to appear tough, like Travis them didn't come pressing, and then Adam say Lush been a junkie, he been a drunk, but he's sitting right next to suspect. He ain't never called Brick Baby no junkie. He bigger junkie than Lush. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like y'all just use him every time something need to get blamed on somebody, man. I don't know why any of them want to work there longer than they have to. Get your clout, get your money from them, get the subscribers, start your own channel, man, and get up out of there. I don't believe that shit, man. I don't believe Lush is that dumb. Lush could not be that dumb, bro. He might be smoked out, but he ain't no dummy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, you already know. Run them likes up, gone.